the Secretary General of Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin and former Chairman Body of Vice Chancellors. Even John and then former Registrar of Jump. So you can see all the positions he has held. Very powerful members of the delegation of the chairman, the Federal Secretary, FCDA, and the mandate secretaries that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Your Royal Highness, let me on behalf of the Honorable Minister of State and principal staff and members of the Federal Capital Territory Administration most sincerely thank you and members of your board for this wonderful courtesy call. This courtesy call would have been held before now by you saying that you want to meet us, but of course you know the schedule of activities, so it was not intentional. But thank God today we're able to meet. This meeting is very important because it will clarify so many things. It will clarify so many insinuations. And knowing that in a political setup like this, you hear a lot of stories. First of all, I want to start from when I was governor. There was a day it was rumored that I instructed the demolition of a mosque. In politics, people take advantages of everything. In fact, the former governor of Ekiti State and former chairman of the Board of Governors had to fly down to Port Harcourt. And behold, he found that there was not even the existence of a mosque, not to talk about demolition of a mosque. Again, you see it as politics. People would like to bandit all kinds of things in order to curry favor. Let me say, with all amount of respect, the president of the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, is one person, particularly me, I have a high regard. I don't see him as a senior brother, I see him as a father. And so anything that has to do with Islamic affairs, and which is the president, you know that I will always give support. I will always give support. Some of us are not praise singers. You hardly will see me Christmas, Salah period. I hardly go out and see people, but people will say, you see, he didn't come to see me in Salah. That means he's not happy with us. He didn't come to see me Christmas period, you see. He's not happy with us. No, it had nothing to do with that. You have said here that it was President Olusegun Obasanjo that launched the AP Fund for the support of the National Mosque and declared the National Mosque as a national monument, which is in the FCT, the headquarters. There's no government not one, that will hesitate not to support the maintenance of a national monument, be it Islam, be it Christian. It is not. You cannot. Because all of us were in authority. Every day we say, may God help us. May God help us. If we say, may God help us, what are the centers of worship of that God you call to help you? If that center of worship is not there, how then you begin to say, may God help us? So you also have a role to make sure that center of worship is still maintained well for the worship of God. So let me declare to you here, sir, whatever assistance you think, which the previous administration or authority have been helping, if we do not surpass it, we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to do that. Let me tell you the issue of giving notice or notices about continuation of the plots. So many people give readings to everything. We're talking about crime. You know, most of these uncompleted projects is where you see criminals take advantage. When they attack, they don't know they have no house where you can go and locate them. They go to these uncompleted buildings and try to. I don't know which plot is owned by who, because I don't know. All I say, look, in order to fight crime and change the landscape of the city, we will not allow uncompleted buildings. Therefore, those who have them, go now and start completing. And we know the finances of religious groups. They are handicapped, they are not business people. It's only when people come to support. In such areas, we can say, okay, for religious grants, we can say, okay, instead of 3 months, we can give you additional time. But it is not targeted at anybody or any group, but that we want to fight crime. Now you have come and explained this to anybody. Which reasonable man will not accept it? So our people should stop this issue. Oh, he's targeting a social group. He's targeting a social religion. He's targeting a social ethnic group. No. It is for the interest of all of us. And knowing you well, I know you very well. I'm your friend, I'm your younger brother, I'm your son. The prof is there. We have worked together when I was Minister of State Education, before supervising minister. So he should be able to give account of the kind of person I am. Don't allow politicians who will have one squabble or the other, who have no capacity to face me in the war front, political war front. Then they fall back to religion or ethnic sentiment. You see, we told you, he hates us, he doesn't hate us. It's not correct. It's not correct. Certainly not correct. If you cannot face me, say you cannot face me. Don't fall back to his eminence. Say, Your Eminence, I told you, he doesn't like us. Meanwhile, I'm his eminence friend. I'm his eminence son. So how do I not hate my friend or hate my father? It doesn't make sense. So it is good sometimes for us to hear from the other side and find out the truth of the whole thing. So I cannot tell you that we'll give that necessary support. Now, the plot 99 will extend it. I can tell you that. We will not restrict it to 3 months for you as religious group, because there's no money. People come to support. It's the only one they support that can carry out whatever you are doing. Plus 63, luckily the Deputy Secretary of FCD is there. And that is the problem I've always found out. You see, when authorities do not do the right thing, they give problem that they give problem to the government. That's government. If not, how could you have, up till now, have not been able to tell the board, look, this land will say, hold on, this is the extent it will take. And then that's okay. Having taken so, this is the compensation we can make. And this road was not awarded today. You are shaking your head, you are the one. You are the FCDA. Huh? You are the one. And you know how important this land is for them. And you kept quiet. That is it. Now, it's like nothing's going on. We're giving them time to go and revoke. Meanwhile, the problem, because I saw a letter. You wrote me a letter. And I militated it to them to explain up to their explanation. I thank God he's here. And I give you 24 hours. You must tell me what is the position of that, so that we know what to do. You must go and tell me what is the position of that place, what's the extent, so we can tell them, this is the remaining part, this one we have taken. What is compensation to be paid? Even though for public purposes we may not be able to pay, but for it, we'll try to. It's our land, it's our land. Yeah. Okay, we can even okay, give you an alternative. Right? So 24 hours. It's not about you have no choice whether it's okay, so it's okay, you must do it. Because you can't keep people like this leaving their offices coming. We must find them an alternative. So that we stop running around, they are not our enemies. They after all, every day they are praying for us. I don't know how many times you pray, but they are in the mosque pray. The renovation, is it FCD that's carried the renovation?
Yes, for the two centers. The national mosque and then the Revocation.
So what is the position now?
They stopped the work.
You stopped the work? Are you not the one who awarded the contract?
The two contracts are ongoing.
Architect Adeyemo is in charge.
No, I say the two contracts are ongoing.
But they have stopped. After the inauguration of Mr. President, they stopped. They said they will resume. But after now.
I'll give the status.
So, you see, they will carry rumor that I'm the one who stopped it. Meanwhile, I don't even know any. Nobody has even brought any notice to me that, look, this job was awarded. It is under our authority to take care. And we have stopped. Is it because of funding? So we'll be able to find out. And that's okay. If it's funding, how do we source for the funds to continue with the job? The eminence can go home and sleep. Go home and sleep with your two eyes closed. That the renovation work will continue without any hindrance. And let me also use this opportunity, eminence, to say that I've read from various social media and casting aspersion on that we had a meeting, we are doing this with Israel and this and that and that. I'm here acting on the delegation of powers to me by Mr. President. I cannot determine relationship between a country and a country. I cannot. So it is difficult for anybody to say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. As I'm here, any foreign body wants to go, it is Minister of Foreign Affairs that writes to me that, look, these people want to see you, receive them. It is Minister of Foreign Affairs. And when they come, it is my position to say, look, we want to partner. You say you're good in agriculture, we want to partner. And they tell you, which is correct. In Abuja, yeah, in most of the northern states, they have agricultural farms. I will say, look, it is our own desire to have anybody who want to invest in Abuja, particularly in agriculture, in order to employ our people, in order to get more revenue. It has nothing to do with, relationship with another country. It doesn't, Prof, it doesn't work that way. But when our people begin to now take a different angle, and people may not understand that it is not correct. So I feel I should use the opportunity to say, look, we have to try to talk to our people. In fact, as far as this is, we must live harmoniously. We must live together to make sure that development is out. Some people say, oh, I said no car will come to the city. For Christ's sake. For Christ's sake. Look, we must try to learn that we are now in a world that things must be. So people should know. All I say, look, cows should feed. You feed where there are grasses. It's not true. Now, but it will not be good inside the city where you have flowers. If you chop the flowers, will I be planting flowers every day? Rather, we can take them to where we have grasses and bush. Go and feed. Tell me, what grass will you eat in my tamas? And I said before that, we'll meet, sit down, and talk with those who are in charge. Let them understand why we're doing what we're doing. Nobody says, because when they say Abuja, Abuja is too large. You mean Babalada, Buhari? So cars won't go there. What would they fit from? So please, let me understand our position and not to misinterpret for whatever political gain anybody wants to make. So I want to sincerely, yes, sir, thank you that you came for this visit, and I'm sure the people outside would understand that we have no problems at all, and we will not have any problem. I'm here for everybody. I'm here for every ethnic group, every religious group, and we must work together to make Abuja be great. Whether anybody likes it or not, so many people have complained about problems in Abuja. You know, Nigeria is so that they complain and complain. When you come now to start doing the work, they begin to, oh, you know, we don't like change. But change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. Things are bad. Where is not supposed to be a motor park, somebody will create a motor park. Where is not supposed to be a market, somebody will create a market. And when you come to say, look, here is not supposed to be a market, he brings sentiment. Oh, you are doing it because it's people who are trading there. Oh, he brings something. Oh, because there are some that are trading here. This is not market. We have market where motor parks are supposed to be. Why not go and use those areas and who will stop you? But if you turn everywhere as market, as motor park, then the city is gone. And this is one city we have. We can showcase to the whole world that we have a city. And that's what I try to make. I know it's not easy, small. We will adjust. But it's training, is enlightenment, preaching to our people the way it's supposed to be. So I sincerely thank you. And I know with your leadership and the leadership of His Eminence, all of us will work together. People don't know that I have a personal relationship with some of you. You know, so most sincerely grateful, and I thank God Almighty that I brought you here safely. We'll take you also back safely. So whatever thing you require, we are trying to make some appointments that have been charged, so appointments that relate to communities, religion. As time goes on, we'll consult you, so you can let us know the appropriate persons who will take over such a position. Because if we have an appointment that leads to Islam, then we must get the right people who will do that. So we cannot just say no on our own without consulting you. Once more, thank you and God bless you.